Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is me, your homegirl Ladosha Wright, the author of Curly Hair Adventures. I have my books here today, of Curly Hair Adventures, woohoo, and the author of What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. I will. So welcome to my YouTube channel. It's all about what they don't tell you at the hair salon. And today we have a wonderful, wonderful topic that we're going to be talking about today. But before we get started, I want you to do a couple of things. If you have been watching my videos and you like the information that I'm sharing with you, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any questions or there's a topic that you would like for me to discuss, by all means, just go on and put your little questions at the bottom, and any comments, I welcome them and I will answer those questions. I will also include the information about the products that I am using in all of my videos. So thank you for tuning in again to What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. I will. So let's jump right into our topic. Today we are talking about one of the most hottest topics out here in the hair care world, and that topic would be hair coloring. Yes, and you should know that I am an official Firmisi certified master colorist. So a master colorist is a person who's been put through all the rigors of education to learn, you know, all the intricacies of hair coloring, and a master colorist is always getting more education. So to be a master colorist is not to know everything. You're just certified, but you need to keep getting your education. So that is what I am. Today we have a situation here in hair coloring that I felt dear to my heart to do this video to bring some resolve and some clarification to people out here who like to watch these YouTube videos and try to do this stuff at home, or do what my favorite group of people who inspire me all the time, the Almond Rock Squad, they call that lookership. So Brother Aunt, Sister Naya, Sister Ma'at, Asar, all these wonderful, I love the Almond Rock Squad. There are so many more people, Ta-Nehisi, so many people. So the Almond Rock Squad calls this lookership. And so lookership is when you look at stuff and you like these videos and you watch them and then you go home and you try to duplicate them. So let me tell you what they don't tell you at the hair salon about hair coloring. Don't do that, okay? Do not watch YouTube videos and replace them with formal education. So I understand that there are a lot of autodidactics out here who are self-taught and they like to do this stuff themselves and they can play around. But let me tell you what they don't tell you at the hair salon. There are not enough people who can legitimately do that. I can tell you from personal experience that being educated as a colorist, it improves your career exponentially, and you keep disasters from happening. So let's go over this scenario. So here I have my lovely guest. Her name is India. And India had prom, was that last year, correct? Yeah. So she had prom. She's like, yes, I did have prom, because she's all graduated now, you know what I'm saying? So she had prom last year. I'm just gonna turn the camera down here a little bit. I do that every time, sorry. So here's her hair. So for prom, she had what we call an installation sew-in, okay? And so what had happened was, she had this part of her hair, this was out, correct? So what happened? So she had a closure sew-in, okay? So you can see this here. So she had a closure sew-in. And so what happened was she wanted some color, correct? Yeah. And so what color did you want? I wanted red. So she had a closure. And this is a sew-in for those of you who don't know what we're talking about. So she had a sew-in closure. She wanted red hair, but her natural hair was what color? Brown. She said it was brown from the boogie down. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Speaking of brown, happy Black History Month, good people out here. So her hair was brown and she wanted it to be red. And you won't believe what happened next. So they have this closure in, and the stylist decides to do what? Put some red all over your hair, correct?
The closure hair.
Yeah. So she decides she's going to dye her hair with the closure in. Okay. So Houston, we have a problem. So the mother is here on the other side of the camera, and she's like, help a sister out and help her mama out while you're at it, okay? All right, so here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. First, I want to take you through a crash course on hair coloring. So you're watching this video, you need to understand this before. If you are one of those autodidactics who want to teach themselves, you know, don't use this video to do that. Warning, warning, warning. Don't do this. This is to bring clarification so that you can understand what not to do when you're coloring hair. So what they don't tell you at the hair salon, first of all, is that all hair coloring is not created equal. There are basically 4 different types of hair coloring. So number 1, oh, here we go, sorry. We have our most common hair coloring here. This is by Joico, okay? And this is in their color intensity lines. So you guys call these rinses, you know, you just squeeze them out the tube and you put them on your hair. These are not technically the hair coloring that's going to alter or lift, okay? They do alter that they sit on top of the hair and the color will stain the hair, but this color will not make this hair lighter. So these colors do not wash off like they say they do, especially for those of us whose hair is like India's. It's very porous, it's been flat ironed, you know, so if you squeeze some black on this, for example, it's not going to wash off in 4 shampoos because the hair is very porous. So the directions can be a little bit tricky. So number 1, you have a semi, or you guys call these rinses, okay? Next up, you have what's called a demi. So demis are colors that still needs a developer. So they kind of, you know, they don't lift the hair, they stain the hair, they last a little bit longer, and they quote unquote wash off. But again, if you're infrequently shampooing your hair like every 2 weeks, or if you have very porous hair, very soft hair, then these colors will stay on the hair, all right? So this is a permanent color, and this is by Formisi. Shameless plug, by the way. Formisi is like the best hair color in the world, okay? So Formisi is a hair color line that this requires a developer. Now, developers is what actually makes the color activate, and you can see it on the hair. So what you have here is a person who had the wrong technique. So remember, I always promote this in all of my videos. Hair care and hairstyling are about 3 things: the right products, the right tools, and the right technique. So she had the right product, she had permanent hair color, but she had the wrong technique. Okay, so you cannot color hair with an installation in. So let's get that understood. Do not do this, because when you rinse the chemical out, it's going to get trapped into the hair, and then you're going to see something like this take place, and then we have to correct the color, or you may have to darken her hair or whatever that she may not want. So please do not apply any type of chemical to a hair that is not your hair. So if it's an artificial, you know, installment or quick weave or whatever you guys call it this year, don't put chemicals in your hair, because you cannot rinse this out. We are going to fix this color, and we're going to use a permanent color to do so. So how do we do this? So here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. You need what's called like a little color chart. So these little color swatches help us determine what's going to be nice for her hair. Now, she is now an official college student, okay? College students don't have a whole lot of money, you know? She's got a new job, and she doesn't want to spend all her money in a hair salon. So what we want to do is pick a color that gives her a little pop, but it won't break the bank, and she doesn't have to come into the salon every month to get this put back in. But she liked the red. But fiery red is not for college budget, okay? Fiery red is big budget. So when we look at hair coloring, we look at it like 3 ways, you know? We look at it, does it yell? Does it whisper? Or does it talk? Okay, so whispering is like, it's like too dark. Talk would be just a little bit lighter. Yelling would be like my color. This is like I'm walking through the room and like, hey girl, who colored your hair? So this is big bucks, you know, I spend a lot of money on this type of hair coloring. So we want to give her a hair color that talks. and it's more affordable, and she does not have to come into the salon every month to get this hair color. So we're gonna fix her color. We're also gonna add some highlights to this to give it some dimension so she can have a lot of fun and not look like a little old lady like me, okay? So that leads me to my last point, and that is the last type of hair coloring is your powder lightener, and this is by Rusk. Rusk, to me, in my professional opinion, I use it on my hair. It is the top of the line powder lightener because it has sea kelp. And it says advanced marine technology, and people are like, that stuff don't work. Oh yes, it does, okay? So I am not paid by Rusk to promote this product, but I can tell you that on all textures of hair, on locked hair, even on artificial hair, your hair additions, we use Rusk when we're lightening hair weaves. We use Rusk when we're lightening our hair. We use Rusk when we're lightening locks. We have never, ever, 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 ever in our long-legged life had any faux pas with this line. This is of color. So this is a color remover. So I know we like to say words like bleach and all. This is not bleach that you can wash your clothes with. This is powder lightener that removes pigment from the hair. So we're going to use this to give her a little bit of dimension on her new hair color. And so that's going to be our solution there. We also highly, highly, highly recommend that she uses shampoos and conditioners that are formulated for color-treated hair, such as the Wright hair care products. So when you're using products that are formulated for color-treated hair, they keep the oxygen away from the hair and stops the color from fading. When you use regular shampoos and conditioners, the surfactants are a little bit more aggressive and they will cause the color to fade. So please, please, please use products that are formulated for color-treated hair, not stuff that says natural and organic. Just because it's natural and organic does not mean that it is formulated for color-treated hair. When you color your hair, you up the ante on your money, you up the ante on your time. If you don't have money, if you don't have time, you don't color your hair. Do not do it. You buy some weave and you sew it in, or you buy a wig and you put it on and you take it off. Hair color requires maintenance. Hair color requires money. So even if you're doing it yourself, you still have to buy it. Your hair grows every day, all day, for 365 days a year, for 7 years. That's each individual strand. And then it rests for a couple of weeks, and then in a couple of months, that process, it starts all over. It's almost like it's automatic. It doesn't really stop unless you have a hair disorder. So when you color your hair today, in about 3 days, you're gonna see some black regrowth or whatever your natural color is. So with that being said, you have to understand that hair color is a responsibility. You need time, you need money. You need a person who is skilled, who is certified. Licensed cosmetologist is not necessarily certified in hair coloring. She is licensed, she is legal to do the service, but that don't mean he or she knows what she is doing. As you can see with this faux pas that we have here with Miss India's hair, where she's got a formation that's on her hair. This has grown out, but we're seeing this. This is very expensive to fix. It's not very pleasing to the eye. And people who do this, you know what? They're only out for one thing. The money, the jewelry, no, I'm just kidding. You know, they're out for the money, okay? This is not, professional colorists do not do these types of things. You know, just because you ask for it don't mean you can get it, okay? So hair coloring is a responsibility that requires money, it requires time. It takes a dedicated professional who can do this for you properly within your budget and within your skill set. It also requires you to use products that are formulated for color-treated hair to protect your investment. If you don't do that, then you're gonna have a problem. I thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I will bring her back and you will see the finished results. If you have any questions, again, you can type them in, put them at the bottom. I will answer your questions. Please share this video, like it, again, subscribe. You can find me on all the social networks. I also have a blog called What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon at Ask Ladosha at blogspot.com. I also have a podcast coming out. All right, so I'll put all that information in the bottom. Thank you so much for tuning in to What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. I will. You know what we say, we're always signing out, right? I like a whole lot of love, a whole lot of peace, and a little bit of hair. Bye. Thanks.